about my own personal struggle with depression, but the premise, like the main goal of the exhibit, is to raise awareness overall about mental health and specifically depression. So it's kind of focusing on me as like a case study. So I might struggle with depression, and then you guys might, and this family deals with it and copes with it and is affected by it in a specific way. But I'm hoping that by publishing this project and thinking about this project and showing it to other people, it will just raise awareness about other families who might be like us or might be like me.
I'm so glad that you did this. I think it was way more than I ever expected. This is really beautiful. Like
something well designed is that it's so well designed you're not even thinking about how well designed it is.
I just kind of marvel at the thoughtfulness of it all and the bravery just to be so open and so candid about the struggle.
For a long time with this subject because it's something that's certainly near and dear to, who I am and who you are. So many people experience this, you included, of course, but it just helps make it that much more real. And like I said, for me, my words to describe it are numbness and acceptance.
Not just like a fleeting despair.
That's the funny thing about depression is that, ironically, you need to reach out to people, but it makes you want to do everything but that. Like you avoid people and you need it.
I feel that it might be painful, but it's true that everyone goes through some form, some shade, some sliver of depression at some point in their lives.
It's just a struggle to kind of define why a lot of the harder feelings are there.
I think mental health, there's a stigma about it, and our society doesn't like to talk about it, but about 20% of the people that you meet, 1 in 5, have got a mental health issue. It's very widely spread and really not dealt with very well.
Well, and then out of those 5, I mean, how many people admit that they have it or even realize that they have it?
Exactly.
Well, there's such a depth to it, and there's depth even in the sense of it's a family problem that's gone back generational. It's a generational thing. So there's just such depth to it.
Some people will get the flu sometimes, and some people get depression. It's just how chances are most people are actually very understanding about it.
Yeah.
You're just, in a way, like you're sick. Like you're not in your right mind when you have depression, so you don't realize that. It definitely seems like everybody's out to get you, and like it's not okay to tell anyone how you're feeling.
Struggling with yourself and not necessarily, having, loss of hope in humanity, but more, a loss of hope in yourself in a sense.
Here, it's different, it's new. I've not been to a place where this is, and that in and of itself requires time.
I really want to know how much time you spent doing each individual word.
Yeah.
Because
How long have you been working on this?
This project has been in the works for 2 months.
Wow.
Chemicals, but what I end up doing is mixing white acrylic paint and then detergent, glows in black light.
Oh.
Yeah, it took a lot of different paths. I mentioned, like, it started out as I thought it was going to be like a newspaper about depression, and I thought it was going to be a website about depression, and it ended up taking this form because I felt like it was the best way for it to come out. It did take a while to build this because it was a process. Like when I just moved in a week ago, and the project itself has been in the works for a couple months now. And I'd say the type itself, depending on different areas, like how large, it might have taken, I like laid stuff out digitally, mock-up wise, and then executed it. And like just writing stuff is usually like several strokes per word to try and get like the width and saying like biggest rules about setting up an experience is like the reveal. And I feel like it made it more of a reveal, and also like walking into like a different lighting and different space, like
It makes you feel different.
a lot of these quotes that I pulled are from me, but a lot of them are from my past.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like rifled through journals and old chats and letters and things that I'd written to find these, but a lot of them are from years gone by where I felt like my depression was worse.
Right.
And I feel like right now I'm in a better place.
Almost all of this, like, it's kind of shocking how it could almost come out of like something that like I wrote.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, other people could probably feel the exact same way. That it's funny how the exact same dialogue can play in so many people's minds. Like,
these lines right in here, where I think I'm doomed for suicide, a whole life already bloody from days gone by. It's unfortunate yet true that everything is up to you. It's not up to us.
It was the kill me now. That was something that I used to repeat like verbatim when I was in my preteens. And so it was just, I guess, kind of startling.
The line on the wall that says, happiness is up to me, it's all up to me, I hate that. I don't know what to do with it. And I guess it stuck out because it resonates, you know? Sometimes it hurts to know that you're the one who has the capability to change things because you don't know how to change it. So
I feel apathetic, empty, lonely, ugly, disturbed. I mean,
Real,
Yeah.
and then doomed for suicide. Those two things made me, think a lot.
I think it's hard to get out of the repetitiveness of something when a person feels depressed. And so the idea of the sinkingness of it,
Yeah.
it's really hard to get back out of that. So it's not exactly the quote, it's the idea of it that
Yeah.
sticks with me. I felt suicidal or hating parts of myself or just, struggling with what's pointless or not pointless. And for me, I, want to come back to who can I trust and what is true or what is real.
I can read a lot of angst and a lot of questioning, but I can also see that you're talking about your feelings, which is the most healthy thing you can do.
I definitely think it will. Not to say that I didn't ever consider other people's problems, but sometimes when you're so absorbed in how you feel, it's hard to understand the depth of what other people are feeling. Like, it just makes you realize that like it can go a lot deeper than what you see on the surface. And like people can put on a front or hide things really well, and meanwhile like this is underneath. And it just makes you like, and for me it makes me want to like be a little more like understanding and sympathetic, because people aren't always going to tell you exactly what they're feeling. And
I strip away, a lot of the meaning sometimes in things, because I just want to see everything in such a stark and simple fashion. And this helps, rein me back into, there's a lot more emotion to it, and a lot more that really makes it matter.
Well, I think when you were younger, I wanted it to be somehow easier to solve, even though I know it's not easy to solve. It's a process. It's not a one-time fix. It could be all our lives process.
So I want to be more in tune with people that need help. I can want someone to get better, but if I ask them, are you ready to get better? Would you like to join a group or go to a counselor or take a step in your mental health journey? If they're not ready, I can't make somebody better, but I can let them know that there are ways to get better.
Yeah.
And they don't have to stay the same. They don't have to stay in that torture.
So it definitely makes me, it's again another wake-up call for me. My own personal journey, I've just constantly had people talking to me and asking me to go seek out help, and that's something that I have infinitely pretty much put off at this point. But this would be more encouragement to move forward, to do something different.
But yeah, I think it should be talked about because there's hope, and you've taken a good step to shine a light on it and say, well, the feelings don't last forever, and you do have a choice. And depression is certainly probably one of the biggest things that we see in people, and loved ones. And so it's just, to be there to encourage them that it's okay to feel despondent, and feelings just come and go. Feelings aren't good and bad by themselves. It's what we do when we have the feelings that determines our path in life.
I just see this expression and I feel like, okay, wow, she has eloquently and profoundly found a way to share this with family and friends, and I guess I'm in an odd way encouraged. You're not alone, I'm not alone.